Hi everyone, welcome to this week's astrology and pick a card reading for the week of the 23rd of September through to the 29th. And this week I've got a selection of 4 different cards, so I'll just show you quickly. There is 1, 2, 3 or 4. So while I'm talking about the astrology, I would say tune into the number 1, 2, 3 or 4 to see what your messages are this week. And just a quick thing, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, go to the link below and you can order a reading from our online store. There I have a variety of different readings, from astrology to combination readings, or I use astrology, tarot, psychic and mediumship. So yeah, if you have a look at my shop, you'll see all the different things there. If you have a question, you can message me on Etsy and ask me. And at the moment, the turnaround time is about 5 to 12 business days, unless you book an urgent reading, which is delivered to you between 24 to 48 hours usually. All right, so this week there's a lot going on with the astrology. We have the sun moving out of Virgo. So today the sun's on 29 degrees of Virgo, the anaretic degree of Virgo. There can be a little bit of a sense of urgency with that anaretic degree of Virgo when it comes to your work and your routine and your health. You may be feeling like a little bit pressed for time, or trying to get last minute things organized, or having to do certain things that you should have done last week or the week before, and you're like, I really got to get it done today, that type of thing. So then after today, the sun actually moves, or tomorrow the sun moves into Libra, so we start Libra season. So there's going to be a focus on relating, relationships, others around us, significant people in our lives. If you're in the workplace and you have a boss, there can be a focus on meetings with bosses or superiors. Other than that, there is a strong element of romance in the air, love energy, rebalancing in relationships, also to do with contracts as well, because Libra relates to contracts. But in general, the sun in Libra is about creating harmony and a sense of peace, unity, balance, and even negotiation as well. With the new moon that's this week as well, the new moon's in Libra this week, and that happens over the weekend. It'll be at 5 degrees of Libra, so check your chart if you have anything around 5 degrees of Libra. If you're a Pluto in Libra generation like myself, the new moon conjuncting your Pluto could be really significant for you. Check the house of your Pluto if you know your chart to see what area of life there's going to be a new beginning for you. But this new moon in Libra is definitely signifying a new beginning, and it falls on the equinox, so even more powerful. So I think that's pretty exciting. I think there's a fresh start energy with relationships and with negotiations. For some people it could be a new job, a new contract or something, a new partnership of some kind, but definitely a fresh start rather, and making new plans and new beginnings, looking forward to new beginnings in love and relating. So that's really interesting. Now, with all this Libra energy, especially with the sun going into Libra, make sure that you're also looking after yourself, because with the sun is actually not that well placed in the sign of Libra, because it can be a bit of a self-sacrificing energy in some way, but more so it can be an overly focused on other people energy. So remember to look after yourself, to take time for yourself while you're relating with others, especially if you're someone that's got a lot of 7th house or Libra energy in your astrology chart, okay? Now, the other stuff going on is Monday we have transiting Mercury in Libra square with Saturn in Capricorn. This could be difficult communications with others, strained communications, or kind of where your head's at mentally is kind of needing to adjust to the reality around you. You might be in a certain mental space, but it's not quite connecting with what you need to do with your responsibilities, which is Saturn, and with authorities or with a sense of structure into your life. So you may be having to sort of push yourself a little bit mentally to get things done on Monday. It's a little bit of an energy of difficult communications, and possibly for some people it could be tricky communications with bosses or father figures or people in authority. Wednesday and Thursday, then we have Venus in Libra square with Saturn. So Wednesday and Thursday is not that great for relationships, though a square is not a bad thing. It just means we need to adjust our energy and kind of work on these things. So Wednesday and Thursday is not the most harmonious day for relationships. Also, we have Mercury square the North Node Wednesday and Thursday, so there's some kind of tension in relationships, I would say, Wednesday and Thursday as well. So just be aware of that. But as I said, the big news is, the sun moves into Libra, and it's a new moon on the equinox in Libra. So yeah, pretty intense week, I'd say, with those energies for relationships specifically. So look out for, you know, developments in your relationships this week. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. So if you chose group number 1, I'm going to look at those now. So I have 3 decks for every, not 3, well, yeah, 3 decks, 3 cards. 1 card from the Witch's Tarot, 1 card from the Angel Answers Oracle, and 1 from the, what's that one called? The Oracle, Queen of the Moon Oracle, okay? So if you chose 1, you have the Fool card. Interesting, that resonates with number 1. Assessing and abundance. Wow, that's really cool. So very interesting energies here. I find this fascinating though. If you look at this, we have, I'm just going to lift the camera so I can see this more clearly, a number 9 here, which is about endings, and then we have the 0, which is a new beginning. So if you chose 1, you're going through some kind of assessment of a situation that is actually ending, and you're looking at a new beginning in your life in some aspect. So this could be any aspect of life. It could be relationships because of new moon in Libra, or it could be a new contract, it could be a new job situation, or, you know, looking for a new job for some people, because I feel like, you know, she's looking through that telescope there and she's looking at a new beginning. So I do feel for a lot of people there is a career aspect to this, that this might be an opportune time to really look at what you can move into that's going to offer you more stability if you're feeling like you don't have enough stability or structure, or if you want to create something that's a bit more authentic to you, because this is Uranus card, and Uranus is about your authentic self, your true self, rather than trying to fit yourself into a box that doesn't really work for you anymore. It's about, you know, looking for, I'm getting career very strongly with this actually, rather than relationships. And because we have the abundance card, which is about finances, and, you know, she's holding that pot of gold and it's like spilling over. So if you chose this, there's either a new option or opportunity with career, or a new pathway opening in general in your life that's going to be more abundant for you financially. I am also getting, for some people, this could be to do with travel. So if you've been wanting to go overseas or wanting to take a trip somewhere, because see how she's in the hot air balloon, it makes me feel like that's sort of like traveling energy with that. And then the Fool is like a new beginning and a fresh start. So, and taking a risk with something that you may not be sure whether it's going to be a good thing, but, you know, you feel the energy of wanting to move towards it. And the abundance shows that that will be fruitful and positive for you. So whatever this new beginning is, it's showing it's going to be positive for you, which is great. Let's go to the next lot. So this is for those that chose number 2. Oh, Temperance, which is Sagittarius. Blossoming, I like that. 33. If you believe. Wow, some really powerful messages here. This has really got a magical vibe to it, this lot. So Temperance talks about balance and, you know, carefully measuring out a situation, not sort of jumping fully in 100% or pushing a situation to an extreme. If you are a Sagittarius, this could be a particular message for you to kind of slow your energy down a little bit, or be a bit more cautious with what you're wanting to grow in your life, because we have the Blossoming card here. So this is about, so there is growth around you. There is something in your life at this time which is coming to fruition, and it's a 33, so it calls for some self-mastery here. Okay, so that's very interesting. There's a 33 there. And that makes me think of self-mastery as well, because she's really taking care with the alchemy process, the alchemical process here, passing, you know, energy from one cup to another. And there's a healing energy with this, but you need to have faith and be in a process of gradual growth with this, whatever this aspect of life is. It could be a relationship. It could be your path in general, but I am getting more to do with love for this one, I have to say. And this one says, if you believe. So this is crucial, because, you know, it's so interesting because it really relates. These two cards really strongly relate. Sagittarius is all about having faith, and that's the Sagittarius card. And this is saying, if you believe in a situation, you know, you can talk yourself out of anything if you have self-doubt, or if you have, you know, core wounds that are self-sabotaging you. But this is saying, have faith, move slowly, and things will blossom. That's really what I'm getting for you. That's for number 2. All right, so if you chose number 3, this is what you guys have. Queen of Swords, self-reflection, and be assertive. Well, again, the cards relate to each other. The Queen of Swords is someone who is no nonsense and, you know, is not a doormat, basically. Is someone who can be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. or you could be dealing with someone that has those aspects strongly in their chart. And it could very well be Gemini here as an extra message, potentially for someone, because of the mirror effect and the duality here. You know, there's a sense of like twins. I'm getting Gemini energy quite strong with this. As I said, it doesn't have to. It could be just for 1 or 2 people out there. But there's something here we need to be assertive and draw boundaries, because the Queen of Swords, she's very good at drawing boundaries, and she knows when a situation is getting out of hand or someone is taking advantage of something. But there is an element here of shadow aspect of, you know, reflecting something. Someone's reflecting something to you that you need to learn, and vice versa. So whatever you're going through where you need to stand up for yourself or stand your ground or have a bit more boundaries, this is a big learning curve for you, I feel. And it's coming into focus this week. Definitely this is related to relationships and relating with another person. It could be anybody. It doesn't have to be love. It can be a work colleague, a sibling, a parent, you know. But it's about being strong in yourself and being clear on what it is that you feel intuitively is right for you. And, you know, coming from that space, it's not about, you know, lording something over another person or being bossy towards others. Just saying, you know what, these are my personal boundaries with this situation, and that's how I feel. Okay, so let's look at the last lot and then we'll finish up. Oh, 5 of Swords. Focus and let go. Oh, interesting. Oh my goodness. Some really interesting messages here. I'm getting kind of a bit of a story with this. So what I feel with this for some people is there could be a situation that you've been dealing with for a while now. You know, I feel like it could be, I'm getting for a long time, this 5 of Swords, where there's been difficulties with somebody, and it could definitely be in a relationship or with a boss. Okay, I do feel it's relationship related, and it's almost like it's been fine at times, but then difficult and turbulent. Fine at times and then difficult and turbulent. So it's been on and off. And you have this focus card, which is really important. And it's a 14, which in numerology adds to a 5, which is about independence. And there's also a 5 here with the 5 of Swords. So we have a double 5 here, which is very interesting. 5s, it can be, you know, quite unstable energy and combative energy and sort of not being on the same page as somebody. But it's asking you to focus. And look how she's got her head just partially under the water, as if she's tuning into something. And the butterfly symbolizes a transformation needs to take place. So this is a very, I mean, this being in the center, it really gets my attention here. And obviously we have the let go message here as well. So there is a situation that could be a toxic situation for you, a difficult or challenging relationship, or a difficult workplace, or, you know, difficulty with colleagues in the workplace, and just the energy is not right for you, because it's asking you to let go. And this is arguments and clashes and disharmony, and it's asking you to focus as well. So focus on where you want to go next for yourself and tune into your own intuition to see what that path is. I really believe our intuition does speak to us, even when the logical mind gets in the way. You know, we can talk ourselves out of our feelings, for sure. We can press our feelings down or you know, push them down and push them away. And the logical mind can say, oh no, you know, I don't want to do this because of, you know, this reason. But you will always come back to your intuition, even if it takes you another year or 6 months or however long, because the intuition is your connection with the divine, with your higher self, and it always is guiding you. So this being the central card is very strong, and it's saying listen to your intuition. Only you can tap into that in that true way for yourself. No one else can tell you. You know, people can try to tell you what to do or try to control you, and this also is about control and arguments, as I said, but you ultimately know what's right for you. And I feel I'm getting the word harmony here as well. There's a sense that she's in such peace, such inner peace. And it's like, where do you need to find harmony and peace for yourself? And what do you need to let go of so that you can get to that for yourself at this time? And the focus card also is about your path and moving forward with it. So, and it can involve a letting go of a particular phase of life that you've been in for a while. You know, clashes, disharmonious energy, toxic energy, and moving into your own, you know, like she's in her own bubble, creating her own path. 5 is about independence as well. So there's a very strong message here about independence, stepping away from old toxic energies and going into your own path and listening to your intuition and instinct as you do that. Okay. Thank you so much for watching everyone. Have a fantastic week. And as I said, if you would like to book a reading, feel free to go to my store and see what's on offer there in terms of readings. And yeah, I'll talk to you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.